Hello to the chicos and the chicas, and the special greetings to Leonardo, who sent me an email about a week ago after the video where I talked about good looking and bad looking moves. And he sent me a game in which he explained to me that he was very much captivated by the video, and also he just played a game recently which he thought fit the bill rather well. And indeed, that game that I'm about to show you was played, as Leonardo told me, in a club environment where there was a club competition held. And in fact, at the end of the tournament, all the players decided to throw in one game as their favorite, and all of them voted on the most spectacular game played in that tournament, all 8 of them. And Leonardo and his game won this voting contest by 6 votes. So out of 8 players, 6 of them voted for this particular game I'm about to show you. But other than good looking and bad looking, what I think this game is a beautiful testament to is it is a testament to understanding dynamism, understanding a potential for attack in chess. And so I decided that the main theme of this video is not going to be the good and bad looking moves, although we might discuss that too, but far more so about aggression, attack, how to prepare an attack, how to make it appear on the board, and how to actually conduct it. Let's get started. Our good friend Leonardo played the Danish, or the delayed or deferred Danish gambit. Now, at this point, I don't really want to go into the discussion of gambits or no gambits. If you like to play the odd gambit here and there, I definitely am in favor of that. It's definitely going to allow you to play some really, really fun games, and indeed to practice these dynamic positions where not only do you wanna, but you're more or less forced to play aggressively in order to show some counterplay for the sacrificed material. I find in general, especially with adult improvers, that people who have a desire and a liking toward aggression and attack in general tend to be more successful on their level of chess. Not only that, and this is a very important thing to consider, but they have a lot more fun when they play chess. And that's quite an interesting thing, because it's not something that is objective. It's difficult to measure, but that's my general impression. Anyway, bishop c4, leaving the second pawn on prey. We can see here a reincarnation of Paul Morphy. Pawn h6. Now, this is when an attacker, a good attacker, and in fact, I should rather say a good chess player, immediately switches into, that's rubbish, I'm going after you. And I've spoken many times about this phenomenon on this channel, and I'm going to parrot myself a fair bit, because it is just the nature of the game. And the best part, he plays knight takes c3. Why? Because the best moves in chess, especially in the openings, are the developing ones, the central controlling ones. We do not need to reinvent the wheel. Now, is it objectively best? I don't know. The only realistic alternative here to knight c3, as far as I'm concerned, is queen b3, which immediately goes after the f7 pawn, and it may potentially be better. I don't know, but knight c3 cannot possibly be a bad move. Bishop b4, queen b3 now, going after f7, and queen e7, another sus move. The engine wanted to throw in bishop takes first, and then actually I think the engine wanted to play knight f6 here, which is really weird. Not queen f6, never mind. Y f6 and why not e7. Sometimes we can put the knight on e7 and move the queen over to g6 to keep this covered. I have seen actually some Morphy games played by the black color, as in played by Morphy with the black color, where he played in a similar style. Anyway, queen e7, castles, and now we have got an additional knight d5. And this is the stage in the game where on club level things usually start to escalate, and they do so usually rapidly, because black has already played one really bad move and one shaky one, and now you can see that knight d5 is already a game-winning threat. The f7 pawn is under pressure. White is nearly done with development. Now, if you give this position to someone's hand who really enjoys attack initiative, going forward, sacking material for, you know, any kind of dynamic compensation, they are going to have a field day. And our good friend Leonardo is having a field day here. Knight f6 only. Opponent is playing quite well. And in fact, sorry, Leonardo, speaking of good-looking moves and moves that we thrive to play because they do look good, this was the only ugly in the game. We do not go backwards, folks. That's off the cards. There is absolutely no way on earth that this could be the best move here, especially if we consider the fact that Queen e3 was also available. Now, I have a suspicion that I understand why White he played Queen e1, and because of the justification, I'm quite leaning toward accepting this as a valid move which retains the advantage, because the concept here was that he wanted to play b4 after knight c5. And he needed to have that pawn covered. Right? So, fair enough. And after knight e6, b5, take queen c3, you can see that the queen immediately jumped back into action. But perhaps queen e3 was also very, very promising. And usually when you find that an idea is there, but it doesn't seem possible because it's hanging, that's when we still check, well, are you sure that we can't go there? Because after knight b4, knight d4, now we are going to have an absolute blast of an attack. We are threatening knight f5, we are threatening bishop a3, we are threatening 5 zillion things here, so this is looking really, really good. But the game was pretty clean too. Queen e1, knight c5, b4, knight e6, b5, and knight d4 question mark. Now, interestingly, on club level, a lot of people tend to misunderstand and misevaluate the consequences of these trades. They are often reluctant to trade on account of, ooh, I'm trading off all my attacking pieces. But actually, the opposite is the case. Because of White is so far ahead in development, if we trade off some of our developed pieces, we are not really going to feel it with White that, oh, now I need to play another 20 moves to bring the rest of my army into the game. No, that is applicable to Black, whose pieces are stuck on the back rank, no central presence whatsoever, by the way. And after Queen c3, we are about to complete development with bishop a3. So actually the trade of the knights is beneficial to White because defenders came off, whereas new attackers are about to enter the fray, and we certainly can't say the same for defenders. Knight e6, bishop a3, and you know, more or less we can now conclude that this game is just about over, depending on what your chess level is. But if you show this position to someone 2200 rated or higher, they would look at this and they would be like, yep, black is toast. If you go a little bit lower, you feel like there is a bit more legwork to do to prove the victory. Leonardo does not let us down. The move he plays here is my favorite in the game, also in the thumbnail. And that is, of course, f4. It is just the typical textbook case, and you can't possibly, well, you can teach this, but somehow I feel like people usually, as if, you know, pressing a secret switch in their brains, they just acquire this kind of thinking that, oh, I want to play f4. They played queen g5 to stop it. And then there is a split road where half of people go like, oh, okay, well, I can't do it now because it's hanging, can I? Whereas the other side of that split is the one that, oh, you played that to stop f4? Here we go, f4. And just because I still look at f4 and will play that, because if this works now, that means that all your moves were in complete vain. And it is. And of course, what happens here in true Morphy style, by the way, is that we eliminate the last defender with a beautiful sacrifice and complete development. This, guys, is what chess perfection looks like. And that is how you play attacking chess. So if you want to provide a bit of a summary of how did we get here from move 1. We played a decent opening. Our opponent slipped. And as soon as our opponent played something that is considered to be non-principled, against basic chess concepts, pedal to the metal, develop, attack and develop, attack, and just non-stop, relentless aggression. Every single white move is either developing or attacking or both. Once again, attack, we don't let them catch their breath. That's a trade, attack again, and attack again. It is just absolutely perfect. If someone told me that this was a game played by Morphy, I would have believed it without a second hesitation. Because that is exactly how he used to outclass his opponents. And yeah, that's what our good friend Leonardo doing. Tuck, rook f1, queen e4, queen b4. That was a bit of a boo-boo there because we had check here. And after king d8, had he played this move, our friend Leonardo, I reckon that this game would have made it to far greater places than my YouTube channel, bishop d6, folks. Check that out. Oh, what a move. What a move. And after takes, the only way to stop the checkmate on c7 is a queen Saccarino. Oh, what a move. What an absolute banger of a move. Wow. Yeah, so bishop f7, king d8, bishop d6 would have been absolutely sensational. Know that e6 is a very, very filthy one here too. But this is less forcing, and then after d, there are multiple winning moves available. Queen g7 is one. Rook c7 is surprisingly a very, very nasty threat here. But anyway, we went instead queen b4, aiming for Matutsky on e7, queen e3 check, king h1, queen f5. And here we played a second move that was not best, but it was beautiful. So I'm definitely going to let this fly. We played rook f5, trying to attract the queen toward the f5 rook so that we have a mate on e7, but the rather crude rook takes f7 with the idea of queen f8, rook f8, rook f8 checkmate next would have technically been more accurate and faster. That being said, after rook f5, our opponent played a5. We took that en passant. They played c5. And after bishop takes f7 check, now this is well and truly checkmate incoming. Let me show you one. Check. Check. And Matutsky. This would have been more than likely the end of the game. What a game. And by the way, in the past 2 weeks, I received a fair few games submitted to me by viewers of my YouTube channel on various platforms. Some emailed, some... Actually, I lost a few that I need to recover. Some on Chess.com messages, wherever. Like, I did get a fair few. And I'm very grateful for that. Honestly, I really like it because, as you can see, I'm having a jolly good fun with them. I'm very happy when people tell me that their chess is improving because of whatever they could pick up from my channel. So, once again, shout out to Leonardo. Sensational game. And all I can say is that the club members definitely know a thing or two about chess, because this game deserved, at the very least, a beauty prize, perhaps more, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that you are very proud of it. And yeah, that is gonna be it, guys, for now. So the summary is that we play aggressive chess by playing sound, principled, very, very aggressive chess, and when our opponent offers us an opportunity to put the pedal to the metal, or the metal to the pedal, no, the pedal to the metal, we do so. On that note, ladies and gents, I'm signing up now. Please do not forget to press the like button. Please leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And I'm going to see you in the next video soon. Thanks for watching.